It happens at almost every listing appointment. You've presented your marketing plan, you've proven your track record, and then the seller pushes back on the standard 3% professional fee. The immediate instinct is to say yes. Dropping to 2.75% feels like a fast, painless way to avoid conflict, appease the client, and guarantee the contract gets signed today. In the room, 0.25% doesn't feel like a real loss. It feels like a minor compromise, basically a rounding error to keep a lucrative deal moving forward. But we need to look at what that fraction of a percent actually does to your business over time. Are you securing your pipeline, or are you quietly eroding your own earning potential? Giving up that margin might feel safe during the negotiation, but the math behind that safety is brutal. Let's set a realistic baseline. If you close 20 transactions a year at a consistent 3% professional fee, your annual income target is $75,000. Break that down, and you earn an average of $3,750 per closed deal. That is the baseline value of your time. Now apply that 2.75% discount. Your income for that exact same deal drops to $3,437.50. You are giving up about $312. On a property transaction worth hundreds of thousands, that is a remarkably easy loss to accept if it means keeping the client happy. But look closely at the exchange. You are now working for 92 cents on the dollar while delivering the exact same service, the same market knowledge, and the same labor. One discounted deal won't sink you, but agents rarely discount just once. When dropping your fee becomes the default response across an entire 20-deal pipeline, the compound effect is severe. This chart shows the annual impact. If you hold your standard rate on all 20 deals, you hit your $75,000 goal. But if you drop your rate to 2.75% for every client, your annual income falls to $68,750. By the end of the year, you have surrendered exactly $6,250 of your own money. You took a pay cut to do the exact same amount of work for zero added benefit to your business or your life. The defense for taking that loss is always the same. You drop the fee because you assume if you hold firm, the client will walk away entirely and you'll get nothing. Market research and field experience consistently push back on that assumption. Data shows that only about 5% of clients will actually abandon a qualified professional solely over the fee rate. Apply that 5% to your baseline. Out of your 20 total transactions, statistically, you will only lose one single client per year by refusing to negotiate your worth. So the real question isn't whether someone might walk away. The question you need to ask is what actually happens to your bottom line if they do. Right now, agents are sacrificing thousands of dollars across their entire pipeline to protect themselves against a statistically rare 5% outcome. Let's run the final numbers side by side. As we saw, discounting everyone to keep a 100% close rate nets you $68,750. But what if you hold firm at 3% and that one fee-sensitive client actually leaves? You are now completing 19 transactions for the year instead of 20. Those 19 deals, protected at your full $3,750 professional fee, yield a total annual income of $71,250. Earning $71,250 by holding your standard is $2,500 more than you'd make by discounting every client. Not only do you take home more money, you earn it while entirely eliminating the time, effort, and overhead required to service that 20th transaction. Discounting to keep everyone is a mathematical trap. Holding your standard maximizes your revenue while physically reducing your labor. The cost doesn't stop at the spreadsheet. We often tell ourselves that a discount is just a one-off favor for a tough client. That is rarely true. Lowering your fee sends a clear market signal about your flexibility. Clients talk, and that concession spreads rapidly. Before long, that lower rate becomes the new expectation, a permanent negotiating anchor dragging down every future listing appointment you walk into. It does internal damage too. When you constantly bend on price, you erode your own confidence and train the market to undervalue the expertise you bring to the table. When discounting becomes a habit rather than a rare exception, you place a permanent ceiling on the income and reputation of your entire business. Every agent has to decide how they want to compete. You can be the cheapest option on price, or you can be the most compelling option on value. If you are newer to the industry, you have to use this math to logically override the fear of rejection. A scarcity mindset will cost you thousands. If you are an established, overworked agent, holding your standard is an incredibly effective filter. It drops the bottom 5% of demanding clients, immediately buying back your personal time while increasing your take-home pay. Top producers maintain their credibility by keeping their fee consistent. They present it as an immovable reflection of genuine value, not a starting point for a debate. The clients who respect your rate are the ones who actually deserve your full attention, energy, and commitment. The absolute most profitable decision you can make for your bank account, your time, and your sanity is simply letting the wrong client go.